What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Fareed, and in today's video we're going to be talking about a few updates coming to the Genius Yield platform. Now, as a part of this video, we're going to be talking about the upcoming Genius DEX, which should be coming in Q1 or Q2 of 2023. We're also going to be chatting about the Genius X Launchpad, which officially launched on the mainnet, and we're also going to quickly review the ongoing fourth round of the Genius Yield public sale. Now, before we get started, if you guys have not heard of Genius Yield before, they're going to be an order book style DEX coming to Cardano. So looking at their official website, as we can see here, the GENS public sale is currently ongoing, and they've also listed all of the additional utilities as a part of the token that they're currently selling. Now, if I close this down here, I do want to quickly highlight that the Genius Yield platform is going to support 4 key features, one of which we're going to be talking about here very shortly. So first things first, they're going to support smart swaps, which are the ability to basically create buy and sell orders that will execute at a specific price. They're also going to provide a concentrated liquidity platform, right, which is going to be really great for liquidity providers. It'll allow for them to allocate liquidity at certain levels. They're also going to have what they call the smart liquidity vaults, which is basically an AI-powered smart liquidity management protocol. And then very lastly, all of the earnings or all of the yield that you gain on the Genius Yield DEX, you will actually be able to auto compound using their auto compounding feature. So now that we know a little bit more about what the Genius team is actually building, I'm going to quickly jump over into the Genius X Launchpad, which is officially on the Cardano mainnet. Now, the first project that we saw actually have token sales on the Genius X Launchpad is none other than the Genius Yield team, or the Genius Yield DEX, right? So it really makes sense because those are kind of built by the same team. And so they're leveraging what they're building on Genius Yield, or excuse me, what they're building on Genius X to promote the Genius Yield public token sale. So if I jump over here, as you guys can see, the first round, we had an oversubscription in which we saw all of the tokens sell out. Now, this was whitelisted for the members who participated in their ISPO. Additionally, we did see that in round number 2, that in round number 3, we did not get as much participation, but those rounds have closed. And we're now currently undergoing, we've got less than 11 hours remaining in round number 4. Now, round number 4 is going to be open to the general public, which includes yourself and me. But do keep in mind that there are restricted countries, which the USA is one of them. And so I actually had a member who's a subscriber, I want to say his name is Dean, who had made a really good point in one of the comments that he left on my previous video covering the Genius Yield public sale. And that was that the restriction for the US could be causing a lot of liquidity not to enter into this market. But not to worry, because you guys can participate in actually purchasing this token once the TGE, or the token generation event, occurs, which will be taking place after this fourth round ends. So we can expect the token generation event, or the token distribution, excuse me, because the token generation event has already taken place. That took place, I believe, in early December, but we're actually going to see those tokens distributed as a part of the next 12 hours. Now, once that occurs, the Genius Yield team has confirmed that they will be opening or launching their staking Dapp. As you guys can see here, I've navigated to the official Genius Yield Medium site, and if you guys are not already following them, they have 1.7k followers, and I would highly recommend that you follow them to get all of the latest when it comes to the developments of this platform. So we're going to break this article down here, and as we can see, it reads, "We are extremely proud to announce that the Genius Yield staking Dapp, part of the Genius Yield platform, where users will soon be able to trade assets in their order book Decentralized Exchange and use the concentrated liquidity platform that I mentioned earlier in order to maximize their yield, will be live on the Cardano mainnet on Wednesday, December 21st. So that's going to be coming up actually tomorrow. Now, as a part of this, they're going to be releasing their multi-vaults, their lock staking vaults, and then they're also going to be giving additional utility to their NFTs, which we're going to talk about here in just a minute. So what exactly are the multi-staking vaults? The staking Dapp will allow you to create as many staking positions as you want. We call them staking vaults, and in each vault, you'll be able to stake the GENS token and their NFTs. Now, if you guys don't already know, I'm going to go back here. The Genius Yield team has 3 collections of NFTs. The first is going to be what they call the ISPO collection. This was a collection that was strictly for ISPO participants. And as you guys can see, the minting has just ended. I believe it closed on December 18th. They also had their mascot contest, which was basically a community-led event in which members from the community were given the opportunity to draw out the mascot, which was selected for the Genius Yield DEX. And then just recently, we had a sale for the Genius NFTs, which would basically provide a booster when staking on their Dapp platform. So now that we understand a little bit more about the actual NFTs, I'm going to jump back over. And as it continues to read, GENS holders have the ability to stake their tokens in the staking Dapp to earn a yield with a fixed APY in locked contracts. Now there's going to be 3 types of contracts. The first is going to be a 6-month contract, which is going to offer a 9% fixed APY. The second is going to be a 9-month staking, offering 11% fixed APY. And then the third, or the longest, is going to be a 12-month staking, which is going to offer up to a 15% fixed APY return. Now, once the Dapp is actually live, users will be able to stake their gens for either 6, 9, or 12 months, as we just discussed. And these lock staking options will be available until March of 2023. So there's going to be about 3 or so months in which the staking options will be available. Now, the actual deadlines will be provided in future articles, which is why I recommended earlier to make sure that you're following them on Medium. Now, when it comes to the actual Genius NFTs and the mascot NFTs, when creating a staking vault with the GENS token, you'll be able to add APY booster NFTs such as the Genius NFTs and the mascots, providing a flat 2% up to 6% APY increase for up to 1 single year. Now, if you choose the 6 or 9 month staking vault and use an APY boosting NFT, the NFT will be returned to you at the end of the staking period and can be used again in new staking vaults. So they actually provide an example here. And so let's say that a user adds a 5% APY boost in a 9-month staking vault. The user would then be able to earn a total of 16% APY for 9 months. And then at the end of that 9 months, they would be returned the 5% APY boost NFT with an additional 3 months remaining for their utility. So it looks like you will be able to reuse these NFTs as a part of different vaults, and you don't necessarily have to use all 12 months of the NFT's utility in a single vault, because you will be able to carry over and basically reuse that NFT at a later time. Now, in regards to the ISPO NFT staking, the team is also pleased to announce that ISPO NFTs will be available for staking after the first ISPO airdrop in early of 2023. Now, the ISPO actually took place, I believe, from the late part of 2022, or the early part, of 2022, up until about the middle or the summertime. And so they're now going to start the distribution of the ISPO rewards. And so the staking for those NFTs will also begin after those rewards have been distributed. Now, delegators will be able to use their ISPO NFT in the staking Dapp to earn yield on the remaining 50% vested ISPO rewards. So they're going to be giving out the first 50%, and you'll still be able to earn vested rewards on the second half, is what it appears like. Now, users will have the option to create a staking vault for either 6, 9, or 12 months, just like we saw earlier above with the other 2 NFTs. And you'll also be able to increase your yield by staking an APY booster NFT. Now, keep in mind that if you guys have an ISPO NFT, you do need to stake with the same exact wallet or the same exact address, and that reselling these on the secondary marketplaces will not provide the staking ability to whoever purchases these particular NFTs. Now, it says here, we want to remind you that any ISPO NFT will allow you to stake your vested GENS tokens from the ISPO. And these include all of the NFTs listed here. I'm not going to read all of these out, but they do include the apes, the diamond hand, and then as well as the season 1 and the season 2 NFTs, given that the Genius Yield team used one particular minting platform and then ended up actually switching to another platform about midway through the NFT mint. Now we're going to be getting close to wrapping up this article here, so we're going to talk a little bit more about the APY Booster NFT and their upcoming dashboard. As it reads here, the Genius Yield team will implement an NFT dashboard where anyone will be able to check their NFT and see exactly how much utility time is remaining. Again, you don't necessarily have to use the NFT one single time. You can spread it out. And basically, for example, if you stake twice for 6 months, the NFT will be able to still provide you with abilities or utility after the first round of staking. Now here, it says here the benefit of the dashboard is that potential buyers on the second marketplace will be able to check their NFT and see exactly how much time is left. Now, do keep in mind that this will not be the first time that the Genius Yield team will be building out a dashboard. If we actually go over into their ISPO page, we can see that while the ISPO has completed, they've also built out a dashboard for that, which basically showed exactly how much ADA was staked, how many people are participating as a part of the ISPO, and then specifically for your own wallet, you could have seen exactly how much of the GENS tokens you earned and things of that nature. So it looks like this is not something new for the team, and I have very high confidence that they'll be able to deliver on this dashboard. Now, in wrapping up of this video, we're going to be chatting a little bit about the upcoming flex staking feature and the redistribution of fees from the Genius DEX and their yield optimizer. So if you guys are not already aware, the GENS token will be providing two bits of utility. The first is that it's going to provide some of the trading fees from the platform back to stakers, and then all of the fees generated by the optimized yield generator will also be split up amongst the community. So again, a really big reason to own the GENS token. Jumping back into the article here, we're going to wrap it up. We plan to support flex staking at the launch of the DEX, which as I mentioned earlier, will be taking place in Q1 or Q2 of 2023. We will publish an announcement explaining how the flex staking plans to work on the DEX launch. Now, once the DEX is live, there's going to be a 20% redistribution of fees owed to the GENS stakers that will be automatically added to the fixed rewards that are going to be ongoing as a part of the locked staking vaults. And this is going to be on top of the locked staking rewards listed above. So again, there's going to be a lot of different ways to earn rewards if you guys are part of the Genius Yield project. Now, in the second half of 2023, the Smart Liquidity Vault will be released, and 20% of the fees from the Yield Optimizer will be redistributed to the community on top of the DEX redistribution fees. And so in closing, in 2022, the team was mainly focused on building the infrastructure for their project, and we've actually seen them deliver that, right? In the form of the Genius X Launchpad. And then with these strong foundations now in place, the team is ready to hit the ground running in 2023. So get ready to fasten your belt. This is only the beginning for the team. And so I'm definitely excited to see what the Genius Yield team is going to be doing. I've been following them for quite a bit, and it's really good to see that they're now finally launching their token, distributing it to the community, and then also getting ready to ramp up for the launch of their DEX. Now, I do also want to state that they have shown us previews on their Twitter of the actual DEX and what we can expect. And so I'm going to leave a link to that down in the description below as well. But that is going to wrap it up for this deep dive of the upcoming features of the Genius Yield DEX. If you guys in the community found this video to be helpful, please make sure to tap that like button. If it's your first time stopping by Dapp Central, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions for myself or the Genius team, then leave those down in the description below. I will see you guys in the next video.